the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Thanks for joining us. The NBA on 2K Sports rolling right along. Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. The regular season starting to wind down. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Portland Trail Blazers at Moda Center. The fans and coaching staff have been very pleased with the way Portland's been playing. If tonight works out the way they hope it will and they walk out with a win, it will move them into position as the team with the 5th best record in the NBA. And coming down the home stretch here, Kenny, for the teams that have already locked up playoff spots, what's more important, home court advantage or well-rested players?
Ooh, I would say well-rested players, because that helps the momentum and it helps you fine-tune some of the issues that you might have had before in the playoffs.
Well, younger teams, they really gain confidence from the home court. Sleeping in their beds, eating their foods, hanging with their girlfriends, wives, whatever. Veteran teams, I think they benefit from rest, especially on the back-to-backs.
Yep, that's about all the time we have. Tip-off approaches. We'll see you later.
I never wanna waste your time. My mind, so precious. Is yours, is mine. And look at the time. My God, so precious. Is yours, is mine.
Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Miami Heat come into tonight's game after losing earlier in the season in their last game against Portland.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Yeah, it's sad when you're aggressive enough to draw the fouls, but just not enough touch to cash in at the line.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Now, Lehigh's C.J. McCollum has taken full advantage of his opportunity with the Blazers. McCollum said, "I already knew what I could do. People are starting to realize that I'm here to stay." Kevin, his coach Terry Stotts says its time has come.
It certainly has, D.A. Love the mindset McCollum has, stepping right into the starting two-guard spot with great confidence. And two of the better defensive teams playing tonight, Chris, they don't take a lot of plays off, do they?
No, they don't take any plays off. You have to credit their coaching staff, their culture in that locker room about that. Their defense first, but you have to make sure that you communicate just as much as you use your physical effort on the floor. Defense, a lot of times, is playing position defense first, being where you know you should, paying attention to the little things.
That communication, one of the more underrated parts of playing defense, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. And one of the best at it used to be a guy named Roscoe, Ball Don't Lie, Rasheed Wallace. He was sitting that back, him and KG, and they would kind of be the anchors telling you to watch out, screen, left, man coming right, I got your back, send them to the right. Those type of things allow you to have more confidence because really, Kev, you cannot guard anyone in the NBA one-on-one, period. You're at the offensive player's mercy. You need as much help behind you in front of that basket as you can get.
Great answer. God, that was a great answer. So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Richardson. Tyler Johnson is out there with Dragic. Then it's Justice Winslow. And it's Whiteside in at the 5, patrolling the paint.
McCullough is always aware. Fantastic skipping the ball over to the open man.
So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Here's Johnson to the left side wing. Dragic against Lillard. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Here's Harkless. That one a little long. Looking at Portland, they took a win in their last game against Golden State.
And I love the fact that they did such a good job of really reacting to what the defense was giving them.
Yeah, all about IQ. You're right. They made smart in-game adjustments. I mean, they seemed a step ahead all night.
6 to shoot. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. Up again, and Whiteside stays right with it.
Yeah, and the presence of Whiteside in the paint, really unreal. He is a dominant figure down low. Great work to grab that second chance opportunity. And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
Oh, yeah, and as a big man, you need such an aggressive move. That's the tone that you want to set, the attitude that you're trying to play with. Your teammates are following.
Miami with the ball. Portland making their last shot. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Shoots over Dragic. And it's Lillard missing. On defense, Portland. Johnson wide open. He fires. Aminu grabs the miss. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Lillard with the bucket.
Wow, Lillard capitalizing in the paint is a beautiful thing. A fantastic score, especially this close to the rim.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Richardson the pass to Whiteside. And now Portland on the break. And there's Lillard on the assist by Harkless. And that's now 6 points for Lillard. The Heat trail by 6. Dragic kicks to Richardson. A clear look for Johnson. Second chance shot. And it's laid in by Whiteside.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Here's Lillard. And that one drops for him. Lillard's got 8 points.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And stolen by Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
But you can't give any lane to the basket. Once Lillard sees it, he jumps all over it.
Now here's Dragic. He's coming off a 10-point game against Washington. Right side a screen. Richardson dishes to Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. Shoots off the screen. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And for Mo Harkless, Greg, a one and done as we know out of St. John's, then first played in the NBA with Orlando, but he has found a role, it seems, with the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and think of it, the Magic basically gave him away. Felt he wasn't aggressive enough and not a good enough shooter. He's gained confidence here in Portland and parlayed that into a long-term contract.
Shot from the inbound, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Great work right there on the inbounds play, getting the bucket before the D has time to react.
Lillard misses.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
Johnson against McCollum, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Dragic. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. And he banks in the layup. Portland leading by 4. Lillard, right side. And it's Lillard again missing. The Heat have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Richardson, good.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Out to the right wing. Here's Lillard. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
I like how intense Lillard is. Excellent at getting to his spots and scoring the ball at a high percentage.
Dragic kicks to Winslow. Heat moving the ball around. There's the pick. Whiteside, Harkless with the steal. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. The Heat trail by 5. Dragic with it. Lillard picks him up. Harkless with the steal. And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball. Count the basket. Nurkic has got his first 2 points of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Dragic against Lillard. The 11-footer. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Lillard's got 14 points.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead's safe as long as he's on the floor.
They double-team Johnson. Johnson the screen. It's stolen by Aminu. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Miami.
And the three-point shot above the break has become a popular shot in the league, but not for them tonight. They're passing that one up and just trying to get their offense from closer to the hoop.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. And Chris, you were the #1 overall draft pick back in 1993. We've seen a lot of greats taken with that pick, but it also seems that those #1 picks who aren't as successful face a lot of pressure, a lot of criticism. There's a lot on your plate to handle. Can you talk about that for us?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for some players being the #1 pick. But I've always laughed and I've thought about, players that maybe people say maybe they were a bust, maybe this player wasn't good. Well, I think you should go back and look at the GM that picked them. I mean, the GM is the guy that assesses talent, So when there were a few players that were picked #1, and many players said, "What are you doing? We've played against him. We would never pick him #1." So before that, I think the NBA is about opportunity and situation. Look at a guy like Chauncey Billups. He went to Boston. He didn't do well at Boston. They called him a malcontent, said he couldn't play, and then he ended up being one of the best leaders that the game had. And so this game is all about situation and opportunity. Can you find the right fit? That's why if you're a player, you can't let frustration get to you. You have to continue to work hard, continue to prove your game, because when you play, you're auditioning for the other teams in the league as well. They're saying, wait a minute, we see his unique talent, skills, and we see his unique skill set, and we could use him. And so many times you just have to wait for the right position, the right situation.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Turner's checked in. Heat also with a sub. Wade's checked in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
Turner has great awareness. He knows one of his guys is open. He gets the pass over to him quickly.
There's Winslow after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Back to Wade. Kicks to Richardson. Whiteside, a screen on Turner. Richardson, no luck.
Not a very consistent quarter for him in terms of a shooter.
And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
This is an amazing run he's on. It's like he's been the only guy on the floor this quarter. Damian Lillard, the originator of 4-Bar Friday. Last season, he released the letter O, his album. Featured some pretty big names.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Olenek, he's checked in for Whiteside. Luke Babbitt comes in for Justice Winslow. And it's Johnson in for Josh Richardson.
One shot.
And Lillard with his own music label. He enjoys spending time in the recording studio.
Yeah, music, hip-hop, and basketball and sports go hand in hand. I mean, his high school coach was also a music producer. So Damian and his teammates had a chance to get in the studio at a young age. Before games, during warm-ups, they play their songs. I mean, that's what athletes do. That's where it all started.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
And now here are the 2K leaderboard. Since the All-Star break, these teams are leading the NBA in second chance points. Number 1, the Trailblazers.
Not many will go after it on the offensive boards the way they do. I mean, and particularly since the break, they have really made teams pay on the inside.
And here are the Heat now, trailing by 10. Dragic kicks to Babbitt. Harkless comes with a double team. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dragic with it. Rebounded by McCollum. Lillard with it. Now guarded by Dragic. That one goes in.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
Yeah, you got to love it. Everything's working. Offense, defense, already a big lead.
Now here's Dragic. Johnson kicks to Dragic. Wade outside. Wade double team. And stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Poked away, and here are the Trailblazers now. They get it back. Nurkic, his shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Johnson outside, shot to stop the run. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You can count on Olenek to move the ball quickly when he spots an open teammate, and that feed was phenomenal.
And it's Lillard missing.
He may have missed it, but that's a clean look at the basket.
Now here's Johnson. 20 points for him last game against Washington.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
Wade has the open look. Off target from three-point range. Lillard the pass to Harkless. And he can't jam it through.
You expected him to drop the hammer there, but the D was just good enough to cause the miss.
That's a 2 from Babbitt. Off the left rim and out.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near him.
Harkless with the bucket.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Well, I love how they've done it. They built this huge lead with points in the paint, dominating physically.
And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Davis comes in for Maurice Harkless. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for McCollum. And Shabazz Napier subbed in for Lillard.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
And Miami has possession. The Blazers getting the bucket. Babbitt from long range. The rebound by Turner.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And Leonard stays with it.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And the dunk by Olenek.
And how about Olenek, the presence of mind to finish the play even after the foul? Well, how about Kelly Olynyk? I mean, a 7-footer, more of a power forward than a center, but he can step out and shoot pretty light on his feet and can finish strong inside.
One shot, find the lanes.
And the free throw, no good. And Chris, an interesting note about Olynyk. He's the rare player whose arm span is less than his height.
Yeah, that is rather weird, and I'm sure that impacts him as a shot blocker, but it doesn't affect his jump shot because he has a wet one and he can get to the cup whenever he needs to.
Portland shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
Yeah, and Myers Leonard last season, returning from a left shoulder surgery, his numbers took a dip. When healthy, though, he's 7'1", can spread the floor, a center. Not many of those.
Leonard hits them both. And Leonard drafted out of Illinois. People saw a bouncy 7-footer. Interesting, Chris, that his three-pointer has become the best part of his game right now.
Yeah, and even though most of his shots are threes, I still think defensively he's better at the center position. His length is mostly useful around the rim.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Dragic kicks to Babbitt. They double-team Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Back to Dragic for the 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
Here's Wade after Ed Davis's score. Johnson outside. He kicks it to Wade. Wade sets the pick for Dragic. Leonard brings the double team. The Heat have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
The first free throw is good. And talk about the Blazers players. They talk a lot about the work ethic of this team.
Well, the work ethic of this team starts with number 0, Damian Lillard. He makes sure that it's a competitive environment. A lot of these young players, though, are looking to prove themselves in the gym before and after practice. They're challenging one another.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Luke Babbitt. And Ellington is subbed in for Goran Dragic.
And Kelly Olynyk grew up in Toronto. In 7th grade, his family moved to Kamloops, British Columbia. He and Steve Nash, the 2 notable players to come out that region.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Wade after the made shot from Evan Turner. Here's Johnson and the rejection by Leonard. Here's Connaughton. Wade is covering from 11 feet away. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Connaughton's got his first points in this one. Olynyk in the corner. Fires the 3. The three-pointer is right on target.
And one of those guys who combines the body of a big man and the game of a guard, Olynyk can get it done on the perimeter.
Davis on the follow. Davis has got 6 points.
Exceptional instincts on the offensive boards and didn't try to slam it home. Tipping it in was all he needed.
And so it's Portland holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Well, this roster is built for guys with speed. They're running the floor hard in the first quarter.
On the floor for Miami, Johnson is out there with Olynyk. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Adebayo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here is Davis. He had 10 points in the win against Golden State.
Oh, and don't forget about the heavy lifting he did on the glass all evening. He controlled the game in a number of ways. Just an unbelievable effort on the glass tonight.
Wade misses. Trailblazers leading by 18. Olynyk with the steal. Johnson against Turner. Johnson kicks to Olynyk. Back to Johnson. Good ball movement here by Miami. Pass to Ellington. Wade outside. Clock at 6. Double teamed on Wade. Again, the miss by the Heat. For Portland, they've gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 20.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, this is low output for both teams. This is ugly. The defense is having their way so far.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes, and he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
That free throw, no good. And Chris, we often talk about what makes a good coach or a good player, but to change it up a bit, what do you think is an aspect of being a good general manager in the NBA?
I think being a good manager is about a couple of things. Knowing how to manipulate and deal with the salary cap so that you can bring the best players around each other, but the skill sets have to fit. Best players aren't just what a guy has done in the past or how many points he scored or how many records that he's broken. It's about, does his skill set fit with another player? So you don't want two guys that are ball handlers on the same team, or you don't want two guys that need a ball handler to facilitate, and therefore you don't have anyone to penetrate. So someone that knows how to weave and interject different skill sets that will complement each other, I think is the type of GM that is successful in this league.
Sometimes easier said than done, though, right?
I think most times easier said than done, because a lot of GMs have some great ideas, but they need someone else to help in that trade, or a player that's willing. And so, you know, you have a lot of moving factors right there.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And the Heat call time here.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Lillard.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
The Heat trail by 16. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Aminu over to help. That's tipped. There's the pass to Adebayo. Right side a screen. Just 5 to shoot. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Whiteside's got 12.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Aminu. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Turner against Winslow. Feeds it to Johnson. Right side a screen. Ellington the pass to Adebayo. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. The slam dunk by Aminu.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
The Heat trail by 16. Right side a screen. They double team Johnson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. Number 1, the Heat.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time. Trailblazers leading by 14. Over in the corner, Turner. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
Love the inside game of Turner. He's not the biggest guy, but that doesn't stop him from capitalizing in close to the bucket.
Johnson dishes to Whiteside. Pass to Winslow. Here's the 3. Good on the triple. Winslow's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
The Heat trail by 13.
Well, Terry Stotts now in his 6th season as head coach in Portland. I mean, he's been a head coach for a handful of seasons elsewhere, but this is by far his longest run with a single team.
Gets a hand on it. It's good on the putback. Aminu's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now here's Johnson. Last game he had 13. Ellington kicks to Winslow. Turner comes with the double team. On the wing, Ellington. Winslow against Aminu. Winslow's shot is off. And by all accounts, Terry Stotts doing a great job with the Blazers.
Well, this team has chemistry and a defined style of play. The new players love him. I mean, Stotts himself seems really happy in Portland. It's been a great match.
Here's Johnson after the made shot from Evan Turner. Right side, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing. Those 2 things that he possesses.
The Trailblazers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Turner. And here in the final leg of the season, Chris, you can just see how hard these teams are pushing and how the season has taken its toll. I think it's very evident.
That's what you have to like about sports, is that at the end of the year, whoever wins that championship, they deserve it because everybody's going to be banged up. Everybody's going to have their little dings and be, kind of hurt. No one is going to be 100% at the end of the season. And so right now we're watching them definitely grind it out.
So you always have respect for the champion because you know just what they've had to go through. No season is perfect and no team is perfect.
Yes, I always have respect for the champions. Think of all the things we talked about, those 7-game road trips, how many is 82 games during the season, the fact that players get injured, the fact that players get traded. There's so much that goes on at the end of the year that whoever is left standing had to go through so much. You have to respect the victors.
Harkless is checked in for Portland. Lillard up top. He's guarded by Johnson. And good that time. 21 points for Damian Lillard.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Timeout called the Heat.
Wow, you remember the 2015-16 Trailblazers losing 4 of their 5 starters? I mean, I don't think people really understand what a huge burden that placed on the shoulders of Damian Lillard. But he accepted the challenge and got them to the second round of the playoffs. That's just incredible.
And Lillard embracing the leadership role on this Blazers team.
Lillard doesn't make it about himself. It's about his team chemistry, spending time with his teammates, his team trips. He wants that bond of friendship to exist on this young team.
Checking out the stats for Winslow. They've gotten some big performances from him since the All-Star break. He's averaging 11 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
Miami no good on that time either. Portland leading by 21. Here's Harkless. Plays it up and banks it in. Harkless has got 12.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Johnson kicks to Winslow. Pass to Magruder. Harkless comes with a double team. Looking to end the run. Right side, no good.
And they've just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, trying to recapture momentum. When the tide's running against you, very difficult to do. What do the young kids say today? Ride that wave.
Now here's Johnson after Mo Harkless's miss. Winslow lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Winslow's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's developed a nice in-between game. The D gave him way too much cushion. He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
Miami's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
I mean, they just look totally disengaged out there. Seems like they've given up on this one.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Tyler Johnson. Trailblazers leading by 23. From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. Lillard's got 24.
Now, Lillard doesn't feel pressure. It doesn't matter if the D's on him. He feels at ease when shooting over them.
And the replay brought to you by Under Armour, the Unleash Chaos moment, giving us a better perspective on just how far behind the line he was on that 3-ball.
You better watch it. He doesn't want to pick up a third foul before halftime.
Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for the Heat. Right side a screen. And they double up Whiteside, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Dragic. Since the break, he's come back strong, really making his presence felt. 13th in free throw percentage, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And he deserves credit for knocking down such a high percentage of his free throws. It's not a glamour part of the game, but incredibly important nonetheless. Richardson, good.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible.
Lillard attacking. Makes it off the glass. Lillard's got 7 points for the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Dragic the pass to Richardson. There's a good screen. Whiteside kicks to Dragic. Here's the three. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his third rebound tonight. McCollum dishes to Lillard. Here's Harkless. It's hauled in by Richardson.
Even that close to the bucket, that's a very tough finish in that kind of traffic.
And Dragic has it in the corner. Another miss by Dragic.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Magruder kicks to Babbitt, and they pick up two.
Oh, he caught him in stride with the lead pass. Now that was timing.
Trailblazers leading by 23. Lillard left side. There's the dish to Harkless. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries. The Heat shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Harkless comes with a double team. Whiteside kicks to Magruder. Outside Dragic. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Babbitt, good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Harkless. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Dragic. Whiteside, a screen on Lillard. Here's Babbitt with the three. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Nurkic with it. He's picked up by Whiteside.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Here's Magruder. He had 13 points in the win against Washington, and there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. And Portland making a change here. Davis is checked in. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for the Heat. Wade comes in for Rodney Magruder. Here's Wade. Banked in off the glass.
Now look, I like seeing Wade get loose inside. He's effective at converting deep in the post.
Here's Lillard. Rebound by the Heat.
He loses concentration at the moment of truth and blows the layup.
Here's Wade. And it's Wade again missing. Trailblazers leading by 19. Here's Lillard. Here's Davis. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Davis has got 8 points.
And the deficit would be bigger if they hadn't been doing such a great job crashing the offensive glass this quarter.
Three-pointer, Wade. And it's Wade again missing.
And another miss. Whew, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. The Heat trail by 21. Dishes it to Richardson. The Heat rebound. Abbott. Good D by McCollum.
A hand right in his face on the layup. Excellent defense that time in the paint.
They get it again. Davis. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football. Having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, you had to stop.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Dragic kicks to Wade. He dishes it to Olynyk. Shoots over Nurkic. Olynyk can't hit.
He gets the shot he was looking for, and he just can't bury it.
Here's Napier. And no good trying to get that one. And so it's Portland riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Terry Stotts. Coach, what has gone right for your team so far?
Well, we've got a lot of energy. Getting stops and getting runouts was the biggest difference.
And that gets your guards involved early in the offense. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 26 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Tonight isn't an exception as looking back at his last few games, he's been stringing together some incredible performances. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
You had to love the persistence they showed on the offensive boards in the first 2 quarters. They put everything they had into cleaning that glass, and they came away with a lot of second chance points and a healthy halftime lead to show for it. And they're in a great position right now.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Heat?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Trailblazers leading by 23. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Harkless and Aminu, your small and power forwards. The incredible pair of Lillard and McCollum are at the 1 and 2, and it's Nurkic in at the center position.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond. And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you spend all that time in the locker room trying to get mentally prepared. Then you come out and give up that? No.
Dragic with a wide open look. Nails it from the high post. Dragic has got 9.
Oh, I like the bounce pass there. He's getting creative.
Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget, his second season in the NBA. Only played in the 18 games before sitting out the rest of the way after a torn labrum.
And we're just happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Fellas, Al-Farouq Aminu has established himself as a great defensive player, and he wants that recognition. He said, my goal every year is to be Defensive Player of the Year.
Take a break.
I want to guard 1 through 4
shots.
and even 5 sometimes. I want it to be known that I'm a great defender, and I want the league to recognize that. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Aminu continues to prove his worth on the defensive end. His length and quickness certainly hard to deal with. Free throw, good, white side. And Chris, you had a great and very long playing career. Talk about how that's prepared you for broadcasting.
I think it's prepared me for broadcasting because I have a unique take on what it takes to get ready, kind of the things that you can't be taught, kind of the war wounds, the scars that you had, I can kind of peel mine back and explain how I got them. I think that by playing for young teams, good teams, bad coaches, good coaches, by being in different situations, it allows me to explain to the fan base what a player is actually going through or maybe what play is going to happen next. So I love being able to have the technical side of it with the plays because of the coaches I played for, but also being very close with some great players, understanding the mental aspect. And really, honestly, Kev, I know you're not going to, like this too well, but I work with great guys like you. So when you throw up a softball and we get to talk about something that we love, man, and you make me look great, it's easy, man, working with great teammates. You know that great teammates make you better, and you're the best point guard in the business the way you throw an assist out there. So yeah, I've been fortunate to have good experience, and I got great teammates, and I'm having a blast doing it.
Well, you sound great. It's an honor to work with you, but I always like the take. You always give me an answer that sometimes I don't expect, and I think that's what the fans like about your commentary.
Yeah, when I used to watch the games, and I've seen some great guys, George Blaha from Detroit, I grew up watching him, and I just love just the pure honesty of what you're thinking at that moment, and don't take it personal because I love the game, and so I don't want to have to try to protect a thought or an old school or a group of people. If a guy plays bad and he's the best in the world, I'm going to say it, and if he made a move I've never seen, I'm just really going to say it, and so I try not to exaggerate and just say specifically how I feel, and I'm glad to be a part of a game that can fill you with so much emotions. It's easy just being yourself.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm, and if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
Aminu over to help. It's stolen by Aminu.
Yeah, this is not about charity, folks. That's his fourth giveaway already. He's letting his guard down out there.
And it's good to see McCullough working on becoming a better defender, using his quick hands to wipe the ball away.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Now that's a great timeout call by the coach there to try to calm his team down. They're turning the ball over way too much.
And Al-Farouq Aminu, the 8th overall pick back in 2010. He's found his niche as a defensive-minded, small ball power forward.
And Kevin, think about that 7'3" wingspan, which will help him defend against bigger, stronger players. And his skill game, though, still looking for some consistency in the offense.
And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for the Heat.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
On defense, the Trailblazers knocks it loose. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, and last season, for the first time since his rookie season, Mo Harkless pretty much a full-time starter. His perimeter defense, though, is critical for that starting lineup.
The first one falls. And Harkless, a versatile defender. He can cover 4 positions.
Oh, yeah, just great size and athleticism. His 7-foot wingspan makes him a problem. He racks up his share of blocks and steals, though.
So he gets them both. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That is his first foul of the game. Turner's checked in for Harkless. Now Dragic, 9 points in the game so far. And there's the foul. It goes on Evan Turner. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Here's Johnson. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. For the three. Rebound by the Trailblazers. McCollum's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They get the rebound. Aminu lays it up off the glass. Aminu's got 8.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Richardson for 3. Offensive rebound. Nurkic with the block. Turner passes to Nurkic. Inside, McCollum. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. McCollum's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, and even when you try to pressure McCollum, he stays calm. Got to like his poise to the basketball.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Johnson. Shot to end this cold run, and that's 2 points on the layup. Johnson's got his second bucket.
Tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
And Lillard gets it to go.
He continues to be their go-to guy. If they close this game out, his stamp will be all over this win.
Miami's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Got a piece of it. Aminu over to help. Richardson dishes to Winslow. Here's Dragic from outside. Whiteside. And Whiteside stays right with it. He's got 18.
Well, he's doing his best to get them back into this game. He's been money from the field.
Here's Lillard. That one, no good. Dragic with some nice D. Richardson for 3. That one, no good. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Lillard. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And Miami shooting is leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the third quarter. Dragic against Lillard. The feed to Whiteside. Pushing it up. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist by Aminu. Aminu's got his 4th assist in this one. Kicks to Richardson. Winslow wide open. He fires. Miami no good on that time either. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Richardson. Richardson's got his 5th rebound in this one. He feeds it to Dragic. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Oh, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Rejected by Dragic. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Johnson, good. Johnson's got 6.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
Lillard attacking. Miami grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Aminu over to help. Richardson kicks to Winslow. To the middle. Dragic gets the bucket. Dragic has got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, it looked as if he would never find his game after that awful first half start, but he's really hitting his stride in the second.
Got that one up quick. 40 points for Lillard.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Richardson the pass to Dragic. And now Portland on the break. And Aminu slams it in.
Turner can do a little bit of everything. A good passer who knows how to hit his guys in their spots.
Here's Johnson. He has 6. In the corner, it's Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Leonard, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Davis comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Napier in for Lillard. Here's Napier. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Wade kicks to Ellington. A basket good off the assist from Wade. Ellington's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Turner dishes to Leonard. Here's Napier. Wade is covering, and the basket by Napier. And here's Wade. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Ellington kicks to Wade, and he uses the glass on the layup. Wade's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
The Heat shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Pass to Olynyk. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. The Trailblazers shooting a hot 57% from the field in the third. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Ed Davis out of North Carolina, the 10th pick back in the 2010 draft.
Yeah, now 6'10", a little undersized for the center position, but he finds a way to get it done. A strong rebounder, and he knows how to finish at the rim.
No good on that one. Chris, bench celebrations can be seen as showing up the other team. Is there a balance in your mind of how players can celebrate without maybe rubbing it in the other team's face?
I mean, this isn't baseball. You know, if basketball was baseball, if we hit a home run, then we could trot, turn around, spin. We don't, you know, you have respect for your players by how hard you play against them, by preparing for them, by, not playing dirty. But basketball, no. No, the culture is in the parks. The culture is with guys that play, and the bench should have as much fun. I love watching the benches go crazy. Think of how hard those guys on the bench work all season long and may never get in. What's wrong with being hyped for your teammates? No, I don't think it should be turned. I love it. Actually, I think some of these benches need to turn it up even more. Hopefully, we get a better show on the bench.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. The shot by Turner, no good. And the Heat shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Johnson, how his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 10 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
Here's Connaughton. Drains the three-pointer. Connaughton's got his third basket of the night right there. Connaughton's gone 3 of 6 shooting from the field, 50% so far. Wade passes to Olynyk. Wade kicks to Olynyk. The pass to Wade. Again, the miss by the Heat. The Trailblazers shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. No good from Connaughton. Wade outside. Ellington with it. Picked up by Turner. Turner comes with the double team. Down low on the wing, Johnson. 6 to shoot. From 12 feet out. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And it's Turner off the drive. He goes up again. And that one's good from Connaughton. Connaughton's got 9.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Man, this is what happens when you get discouraged. Sometimes it just affects every part of your game.
That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game.
After a trying first half where he struggled with the shot, he has really found his rhythm, shooting the rock in the second half.
Now here's Johnson. He has 5. Pass to Adebayo. In the corner, it's Ellington. Wade dishes to Olynyk. Johnson kicks to Wade. Looking to end the run. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Wade's got 4 points in the quarter.
You got to crowd Wade in the mid-range. I mean, his in-between game is straight filthy. And look, you could never have enough offense in the low post.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Baseline J on the way, and he hits the jump shot. He's got 8.
He's giving them a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him.
And it's Turner off the drive. The shot's good.
Now, you can't let Turner jump all over you. Effective at tearing the D apart on the drive with his athleticism and his speed.
Wade kicks to Olynyk. Johnson outside. Back to Olynyk from deep. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
There isn't any player in the league who's going to pass up that shot. There was nobody near him. Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
27 seconds left in the third quarter. Passes it to Adebayo. Johnson outside. Johnson draws the double. Olynyk in the corner. And it's Portland with the rebound. Leonard's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Ooh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Near the three-point line, it's Wade. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. Back right after this.
Sit down.
Head coach Eric Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
We have got to get shots. We trust each other right now. Let's get shots, okay? Got some good looks. We cannot afford to turn the ball over.
An emphasis on offensive efficiency there by Eric Spoelstra, trying to keep his guys fully engaged.
Yeah, and patience with the ball is key. Don't force anything. Work together. Take what the defense gives you.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. On the floor for Miami starting the fourth. Luke Babbitt is out there with Adebayo. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Magruder in at the shooting guard position.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
First free throw is good. And every player out there has a story about falling in love with the game. Chris, when did you fall in love with basketball? And what was it like playing basketball as a kid?
Wow, it's so hard to remember when you first fall in love with basketball. There's so many great moments and great stories that you hear, but probably playing on the playground and seeing all the guys laughing and hearing the music and hearing the guys say check up at next game and smelling the sweat and seeing guys play physical. That's probably what it was. And then being able to play at a great gym called St. Cecilia in Detroit and then watch all the other players that played before us come in, the Isaiahs, Magic Johnson, Spencer Haywood, Terry Durod. I mean, you get to watch these guys play. Derek Coleman, Steve Smith. I could go on all day. Mark Makins, Terry Mills. I could just keep going. It was so fun watching these guys play. So to me, I fell in love with it as a kid, but every instance, every memory that I have made me fall in love with it that much more. How can you not fall in love with the greatest game ever played?
Well said.
I mean, this D is a joke. It's way too passive. They got to get a body on him when he's on his way to the bucket.
Davis. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 17 points for Davis. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Magruder kicks to Babbitt. Feeds it to Johnson. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. That three off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
The putback. Davis on the follow.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Ellington the pass to Adebayo. Poke loose. He's all alone. Here's Harkless. Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink?
Here's Babbitt. The Blazers getting the bucket. Pass to Adebayo. Shoots over Leonard. Again, the miss by the Heat. Now here's Harkless. Guarded closer. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Well, give the coach a little credit. It's been some great play calling. Each guy doing his part. This is what you're hoping to achieve.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
With the tip, it's Adebayo with the rebound.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
Wow, wasted possession. Thanks to what should have been a simple pass.
The Heat making a switch here. Dragic is checked in. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Connaughton. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Miami the other way. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. The shot's good from Ellington.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, that's because they made a concerted effort to get the shooters involved. Now they've built up the confidence.
Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. The Heat have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Babbitt from long range, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got assist number 8 here in this one already. Here's Harkless, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Miami called for the foul. That's good from Harkless. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. Harkless hits them both.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Here's Babbitt. Outside Dragic. There's a screen. Clock at 6. Winslow kicks to Babbitt. And the Heat, another three.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Here's Harkless, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. And Miami called for the foul.
Shooting for Portland, Mo Harkless. At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. Harkless hits them both. The Heat have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And the pass to Magruder. Harkless comes with a double team. Magruder kicks to Winslow. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Miami's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. There's the screen. He kicks it to Dragic. And that one comes up a bit short. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. The shot by Harkless, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
And I'll tell you, this is something you never like to see.
Oh, man, come on. Injuries like this can change the course of a game, even the whole season. Our thoughts and prayers are with him.
Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. Farouk Aminu. He's checked in for the Trailblazers. The Heat shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. Johnson kicks to Babbitt to the inside. And it's Winslow that time on the assist by Babbitt. Babbitt's got 3 assists tonight.
Hits the moving target with the lead pass. He made it look so easy.
Yep, it counts. Connaughton's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Look, high percentage looking tight. It's hard to miss that one.
Johnson kicks to Babbitt. Johnson outside. Here's Magruder. Drops one in from the wing. Magruder's got 5 points now this quarter. The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. And Leonard gets it to go.
Ooh, tough layup with the guy right on him. He can be a hard player to handle at times.
Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. Now here's Winslow. Here's Magruder. 6 to shoot. Babbitt kicks to Magruder. Here's Adebayo. And that one is hammered home.
That's just too easy. I mean, you can't let him post you like that.
Well, yeah, you want to try to deny and take something away, but you can also see he's smart about his position.
Leonard. Here's Davis. Out of hand on it. And it's time for an injury report. Now, an update on Goran Dragic from our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David, what'd you find out?
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer from Miami, and the news is pretty good. It does not look like a severe injury. If he were to miss time right now, it would really hurt this team, especially during the latter stages of the season. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Fingers crossed, and hopefully it's nothing but good news from now on when David gives us updates on it.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
You look back on the last 5 off seasons or so, Chris, and there are usually huge names that change teams. LeBron, Durant, the first names that come to mind. As you went through the free agency process, how much of an influence did your agent or any sponsorships play in your role in that decision in picking your new team?
Yeah, I think every relationship with the player and their agent is different. For me, I wanted to go back to the place that I felt that was loyal to me. I wanted to go back to Sacramento because there had never been a small market team. I felt a really small market team that won a championship. And I saw Karl Malone try for all of those years. I saw Stockton try for all those years. Reggie try for all those years. And so I really wanted to be one of the first to kind of bring that back to the city. So my agent, my shoe company, no one could have said anything to take me away from that. That was a personal mission that I want, and I knew what I was dealing with at that time. But I think for other guys it's different. Some guys, want more commercials. They like to be in a bigger market. Some guys don't want that, and they're happy at staying under the radar like a Tim Duncan as long as he's winning. So I think for every guy is different, and I really believe that you have to make that decision for yourself and your family first, because if you do that, then the fans wherever you go will be much happier because you want to be there. You're not just buying time there.
Johnson with it. The dish to Winslow. Just 5 to shoot. Babbitt's shot is off.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And Davis gets it to go.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Heat have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Johnson kicks to Winslow. Davis with the double team. Adebayo passes to Winslow. Miami no good on that time either.
He hit a 3 in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half.
Babbitt grabs the board.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Now here's Johnson. Winslow's shot is off.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And too long on the shot. Miami's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Babbitt from long range gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Oh, he has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
Johnson kicks to Babbitt. Dishes it to Winslow. Pass to Magruder. To the paint. Here's Babbitt. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
Oh, this guy, his motor is always the same. No matter what the score of the game is, he always remains aggressive.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. Now here's Johnson. He dishes it to Babbitt. Winslow is screen on Davis. Back to Johnson. They double-team Johnson. Babbitt from long range. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Babbitt's got 23.
Oh, this guy, his motor is always the same. No matter what the score of the game is, he always remains aggressive.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Chris, you look at the league right now, how different would you say it is from when you played? And if there are a lot of differences, do you like the changes?
The NBA is much different from when I played. When I played, if you shot a jumper from the 15-foot range, free throw line, they criticize you as a big fella. Now you have to be able to space the floor. If you were a big fella and led the break back then, they criticize you. Now you have a guy like Durant who is 6'11". So the game has changed from rules. It was so much more physical at the time. It was a slower pace. But, that was then. I love the way that the game is now. I love that players have more freedom. I love that the pace is faster. You don't have to look back at your coach to have a play called every time. The trust is put in these players' skill sets. And so I love it, man. Anytime you can see Harden go to work, Durant go to work, Curry go to work, Westbrook go to work, LeBron go to work, Irving go to work, and just watch them play in an open offense, man, it's a lot of fun. So, I like the changes, and it was fun when I played as well.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for Portland. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And for Portland, they're shooting it well here in the fourth quarter at 50%. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harkless has got 14 points now in the second half. And for the Heat, they're shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late. Johnson with it. Guarded now by Harkless. For the 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And Harkless slams it in.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
We've got 1:55 left in the game. Ellington kicks to Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. And Miami shooting 47%, pretty solid. Now the feed to Babbitt. Launches a 3. Goes back up. Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo. And for Portland, their shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. And finished off by Leonard.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Trailblazers.
Nothing like second chance buckets to pick up the scoring pace.
Yeah, it was impressive how they piled on the extra points, hitting the offensive glass, and then also winning the 50-50 ball battle.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Damian Lillard.
He was too much for them to deal with tonight, plain and simple. They tried all sorts of ways to contain him, and nothing worked.
Here's Harkless, following the score by James Johnson.
Well, he looks super awkward attempting that look, and it's because he didn't get set first before shooting.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
2. Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Start it.
They lead by 32. There's 49 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. It must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. And the second free throw, good.
And every point is critical now. You can't afford to let these opportunities pass you by.
Here's Harkless, and again, it's Portland converting.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
Here's Magruder. Ellington kicks to Johnson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh, yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink?
Takes a three. It's good. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Damian Lillard, Dame, you guys seem to be in a good groove right now. How do you keep the momentum going?
You take it one game at a time. You got to remember what makes you a successful basketball team, and that's us moving the ball, get up and down, and defend. And we've been able to do that.
It has all come together for you, Dame. Hope it keeps going. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.